Welcome to Design and Measurement 300. You should all be familiar with me. I'm Belinda Davey and I've taught all the Design and Measurement 200 students so far. This course draws on what you learnt in Design and Measurement 200, and the assessments are quite similar. Again, you have 3 workbooks. The first workbook is worth 5% and it's focused on data screening. The second workbook is worth 7% and the third workbook is worth 8%. You also have another mid-unit test. This time it's a practical test that you will complete in SPSS, and it's worth 15%. And you have an end of unit exam which is worth 65%. You don't have any online tests this year. So we also have weekly Collaborate sessions again. This year, instead of going through the lectures, we will focus on 2 of the exercises that you complete in your textbook from week to week. So as per usual, you have your weekly textbook readings and the exercises that you complete when you do the readings. 2 of those will be discussed each week in the Collaborate sessions. Which particular 2 we will focus on is outlined each week under Learning Materials. So in Learning Materials you have all the readings that you need to do in the textbook, the exercises you need to complete, and the 2 exercises that we will be looking at in the Collaborate session, which are also from the textbook. The unit is broken up into 5 modules. First of all, we're just going to review what you've done in the last couple of years, which is correlations and linear regressions. We'll go into a little bit more detail about the underlying theory behind linear regressions and how to test the assumptions for linear regressions. We will then learn about data selection, screening and modification, which will be the focus of workbook 2. And then we will look at multiple regression, which is extending our learning about regressions. Multiple regressions is when you have more than one predictor or more than one IV, more than one predictor variable. So instead of just height and weight, so predicting weight from height, you might have height and gender predicts weight. Gender is not a great example because you generally want a continuous predictor, but anyway, more than one predictor variable. Then we move on to look at MANOVAs, which is multivariate analysis of variance. So it's an extension of ANOVAs, where you have, with MANOVAs, you can have more than one IV and more than one DV. And then finally we'll look at factor analysis. So factor analysis is looking at questionnaire and scale design. So when often we use scales or questionnaires in psychology and social sciences, and factor analysis allows you to test whether all the items in a particular questionnaire are in fact measuring the same underlying construct. So we'll talk more about that when the time comes, but welcome back everyone, and it's great to be with you all again.